I recently spent my birthday in Amalfi and Positano. I have already created a video showing you all of the film scans that I have from Positano, and in this video I'm going to show you the film that I took, scanned and edited in Amalfi and Sorrento. Let's start. Let's start from the first one, which is an image that I took of my boyfriend on the ferry from Positano to Amalfi. And I was really worried while I was shooting this image because of the very bright light and also the very warm environment, and I was particularly worried and concerned about his skin tone, but I think it turned out great considering those two factors, and this is one of my favorite images. So the second image I have here, it's actually an image already from Amalfi. This is the Piazza Duomo in Amalfi, which is the central place, and it's just in front of the cathedral, and there is this beautiful white marble fountain and cute cafes. So I shot this image. I'm really in love with cooler tones in the shadows and warmer tones in the highlight, and this also happens to be opposite in the image, and I really love it. This is an image that I took on the ferry while we were approaching Amalfi, and I really love it. I love the waves formed by the ferry, and I love that this also complements the clouds in the sky. This one is another one from Amalfi while we were approaching the port. I really love it. You can really see how big the mountain is compared to the little village of Amalfi, and I really love the colors as well, and also those beautiful trees there which make of a nice green pop of color. This is one of my favorite. I took this image, I don't know why. It might be because of I turned this in black and white and added warmer tones, but it's so nostalgic to me, and this I just basically framed the shield or window, how do you call it, from the ferry, because there was a beautiful view of Amalfi outside, and so I tried to take this image, and I'm really pleased with how this image turned out. The next one is again Piazza Duomo. This is the famous cathedral in the center of Amalfi, and there's beautiful stairs, beautiful buildings with these pastel tones colors. It was in the morning, so the light was perfect. What I really like about this image is that in the foreground there are a lot of warmer tones, while in the background there are cooler tones of the mountain and also the sky. This one is another one of my favorites. Again, Piazza Duomo, white marble fountain, but I really like the crowd behind the fountain, and I love the colors here, and I also love those stairs that you can see in the background. Love those. Not only these stairs, but also the ones from the cathedral that you can barely see, but I just love it. This is an image of me that my boyfriend took. The light was very challenging and I was not really liking the image. Might be I tweaked this forever, and although I like it, I also turned this in black and white, and I don't know why. I just prefer this version. Let me know which one you prefer. To me, even what goes around in the background stands out more, which I know it's not a point because it's a portrait, but I really like the scenery behind me and also the fountain, and I think everything pops up more. I just love it. Beautiful image of my boyfriend. He was waiting for his Cuoppo, which is a cone of fried vegetables and also local specialities, always made out of vegetables because we are vegetarian vegan, but the specialty is actually fish. And besides being delicious, the place, as you can see, it was stunning. I really love everything about this image, the colors, the composition, building behind him, and him being very excited about his Cuoppo. So really love this image. Next one is from the beach, so just a restaurant overlooking the beach, and of course, even though it was April, there were people sunbathing there, so I took some pictures, and it's really different from the beach that you can find in Positano, but they're both equally beautiful. And yeah, I took probably too many images of this beach, but I was just in love. This is another one of my favorite images, if not my favorite of the beach for sure. And as you can see, I took so many. Let me know which one you prefer. I definitely prefer this one, not only because of the colors, but also the composition is my favorite one. I like that there is a lot going on, but not too much. Like this one is even too crowded, but this was what I had in mind when I shot this image. I wanted this to be horizontal and I wanted more people in the frame because I wanted to portray what was really going on there. Well, this one I framed it and waited for this part of the beach in the foreground to not be so crowded because I wanted more of a nice portrait of this beach. I don't know if it makes sense. I just wanted two different images of the beach. And this one, I also really was in love with this man with the red hat, and I thought he was going to make a very nice subject in the image, and he definitely did.
Cosa fai, Fabrizio Corona? Cosa stai facendo?
C'è quel tipo là col cappellino rosso che mi fa morire.
This is a portrait of me that I really like. I think those images that I don't like, for example the previous one and there is another one later, is the very harsh light, because at this point it was midday, so not my favorite light, and I bet if you're a photographer it's not your favorite light either. It's very challenging and it makes so many weird shapes on people's faces, so it makes it even harder than to get a very soft ethereal portrait. But this one, somehow we managed to make a good portrait, and I'm so happy because I don't know, this image is going to age so well for me, especially because of what is going on in the background. I like that there are people on the beach doing their stuff, enjoying themselves with towels, and I can see the beach and I can see Amalfi. I just really loved it, and the colors turned out very great because with the other images I was not liking my skin tone in the shade. It was too cool. This one I think it turned out great. And this is another image that I took of Amalfi. We were on the ferry here. We were going back to, as you can see, there are other people taking portraits. We were going back to Positano, so everyone was taking pictures of Amalfi from the sea, and it was just stunning and beautiful. This is the last one, and here we were already in Sorrento. This was just a very beautiful hotel, but they were not allowing me to step inside the garden to take a beautiful image, so I just had to take one from the outside, and it did not turn out great. And then we, out of nowhere, because we did not plan to go there, we found this beautiful beach, and I went crazy and I went all out with all of the images that I have had left in my roll, and I shot all of the images that I had left. Also because we were heading to the airport, but especially because I fell in love with this place, and you see why. Look at this place. So this is the first image that I took there, and you can already see, even though this is not my favorite one, you can already see that the place was beautiful. What I like about this image is this little red boat, which I'm pretty sure there is a specific name for that boat, but I don't know it. And I also like these stairs that you can see on this side of the mountain here. This is the second one. I really like that in this image all that is going on is just colors, like the cooler tones of the sea and the warmer tones and more bright and vibrant tones of those little beach houses. How do you call those? I don't know. And I waited a few minutes to shoot this image because I was waiting for this man to step on there, because I really wanted also a human element in this image, just to give you perspective of how big the whole thing was, and I think it turned out great. And then I turned to the other side and took this image, which again I really love because you can see everything that was going on. And then I started taking closer shots because I was walking downhill towards the beach, so I first took few shots like this one where you can see what's going on, and then I took closer shots. This is the hotel that I was mentioning before, and this is one of my favorite ones, if not my favorite one, because there is another one which is the next one, which is the exact same. It just the composition changes. What I really like about this image is that man. Do you see him with his arms wide open? and it was just sunbathing into the sea there. The water was as clean as you see, if not more. It was so beautiful. We stayed there for a few minutes to take these images. Of course, I was waiting for him to move and stand still so that I could take the image with him in that position. And while we were there, we were able to soak in all of the vibes of this place, which was so calm and so nice and beautiful. I wish that we had the time to stay there one day, but we did not because we were rushing to the airport. But just looking at these people for a few minutes while taking these images just put me in the best mood, and I was able to again absorb their vibes. Beautiful images. You can see people going up and down the stairs here. And yeah, this one is another one, is that same shot as before, just changed the composition because I shot this vertical. I really wanted you to see what was there except from them. There was nothing, just to see, and it made the scenery even more special. And looking at this image, you can even more understand how clean the water was where they were sunbathing and they were enjoying themselves. And another one of the scenery, this one of me I really did not like. I just left it in color because I spent forever taking this image. I'll probably print it. I don't know if I'm going to print it this way. I'm going to print this one. I just preferred the black and white version, again with warmer tones and, you know, more images of this place because I fell in love. This is one of those places where I would like to spend at least a day in my life with a book, enjoying drinking granita al limone, lemon. I'll write the translation for you, which is something very common that you drink there because they grow lemons everywhere in Amalfi, Sorrento and around there. Look at this one. I was waiting for him to be around here to shoot the image, so really pleased with how it turned out. Try to take images of my boyfriend was really challenging because the scenery behind him is very bright while we were in the shade, but I managed with my editing to tweak it and make this. And I'm pleased with the result. I really love it, and I really love even more this one because you can see more of the path that we were going down to the beach. Last 3 images. So this one, again, fell in love, wanted more. This was not the private beach that you saw before. This was just public part of it. I don't know how you would call this. And so there were just people laying down and sunbathing there. I loved it as much, so I took an image of this part as well, an image of all of the beach, and the last one, another one, just because I had to finish the row. And what can I say, I just loved it. I love the majority of these images except for probably 2 shots, one of those being the one that I showed you, but I was able to recover those just turning those in black and white. So let me know which one you prefer, and I hope you love this and I hope you enjoyed. And if you are planning a trip to Amalfi and Positano, I would highly recommend. It stole my heart in just 48 hours probably. We were there for a weekend, and yeah, I can't wait to shoot more places and improve my scanning and editing process and show you even more beautiful images. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one. Ciao!